Good morning. It is my honor to present my first budget to the DuPage County Board this morning as chair. I am pleased to report that developing our county's budget priorities and spending plan has been a collegial and cooperative effort. I'd like to thank all the elected officials and department heads for working closely with our finance department and county board office. When asked, you whittled away at the expenses and fine-tuned revenue projections. I deeply appreciate the time and good faith efforts resulting in a plan providing vital services in the most cost-effective manner possible. Allow me to individually thank Nick Kottmeyer, our Chief Administrative Officer, Jeff Martinovich, our CFO, Jennifer Sin, and Mary Catherine Wells, our capable Deputy Chiefs of Finance, and the many, many staff members who have devoted countless hours to this process. Today's budget proposal would not be possible without any of your painstaking work. More than 9 months ago, when I stood before you at the inauguration ceremony, I told you we were turning a new page in our county's history. I pledged together that we would make significant, lasting change that impacts people's lives and lifts our residents up. Well, what a whirlwind the last 9 months have been. I can say with confidence that each of you has demonstrated a commitment to this vision. Together, we have volunteered, met with residents, reflected back their concerns, then we acted decisively. This board dedicated millions of dollars to provide food to those in need, shelter to those without a home, more services for those struggling with mental health challenges. We grabbed our hard hats, knocked holes in walls, dug in dirt, and cut ribbons to demonstrate how we were literally building a better future for DuPage residents. At our care center, at the DuPage Animal Center, shelter, for the people involved in our criminal justice system, and for the professionals who serve us at the judicial office facility. We toured the JOF just 2 weeks ago. We saw the new courtrooms and improved facilities made possible by this board's investment. Upon passage of the Safety Act, DuPage County was a leader in the state, ready to comply with mandated changes when they took effect. And thanks to the foresight and planning of the 18th Judicial Circuit, our state's attorney, public defender, and this board, the transition was a smooth one on September 18th. This is just one example of our tradition of good government, our tradition of working together to find the best solutions on behalf of our residents. There's another capital project that demonstrates the leadership and vision of this county board. Our dedication of $15.3 million for a crisis recovery center on our county campus will make an enormous impact. This public health investment allows us to create a model facility for the delivery of desperately needed behavioral health services. Working with our local health department, our healthcare providers, and nonprofit organizations, this center will set a gold standard, providing diagnoses, care, and treatment plans, allowing our friends and family to find their way back to health, work, school, and a productive future. I welcome your involvement, and I'm grateful that you asked the hard questions, listened, and embraced this vision. In 2023, we've planted the seeds for a new chapter in DuPage County. As our projects are realized over the next few years, what other challenges will we face and overcome? It's a question I was thinking about this summer when I visited Ball Horticultural in West Chicago. The global research plant and material company has a presence on 6 continents in 20 countries. I was honored to get to know Anna Ball, the CEO, who took over the family business from a long line of male leaders. You could say we had a lot in common. In the company's demonstration gardens that sunny day, Anna Ball's determination to take her business in a new direction and her dedication to the company's core beliefs resonated with me. I took a picture of them to share. As we plan for fiscal 2024, we too will run to the hard stuff. We will be able to take some new initiatives because we have carefully managed our public funds. DuPage County is successfully navigating the post-pandemic economy. We know that our business climate is positive. Our county unemployment rate hovers around 3%, the lowest among Cook and the Collier counties. As Choose DuPage has reported this summer, DuPage County was ranked number 9 in Site Selection magazine as one of America's best counties for business. Last year, 197 businesses moved to DuPage County or expanded their local footprint, representing thousands of jobs created or retained. One of the first events I attended after taking office was in support of the Greater Chicagoland Economic Partnership. This partnership is yielding leads on new businesses looking to locate in DuPage County, allowing counties and the city of Chicago to work together to provide a home for offices, distribution centers, and businesses who recognize that our region is uniquely suited to serve their needs. Economic growth fuels our ability to provide jobs and opportunity to our residents. But our story is not just told by the growth and prosperity. Our story is also told by the actions we take to serve those who don't feel quite so prosperous. What we do for our community matters. It's making tangible differences in the people's quality of life. This board is making thoughtful decisions regarding the allocation of almost $180 million in federal funds DuPage County received through the American Rescue Act plan. I want to review what we've done in 2023 because it is important to help our taxpayers understand how we've made careful investments, strengthening the services most in demand. This past year, this board drilled down on the needs of residents experiencing food insecurity. Previously, you allocated a total of $5 million in ARPA funds to support pantries and organizations addressing critical challenge. This year, we took a creative approach, setting aside funds for additional fresh produce to be delivered. We created an agreement with the Conservation Foundation to bring farm-raised fruits and vegetables straight to food pantries. Last month, the board approved $1 million in grants to strengthen the infrastructure in organizations providing food pantries, capital expenses such as freezers, vehicles, and other items that will help our partner agencies operate more efficiently to better serve people. My proposal calls for an investment of $1.5 million in remaining ARPA funds to support hungry families. We will focus on expanding partnerships that deliver fresh produce directly to local food pantries. The board stepped up to assist those who are experiencing homelessness with more than $400,000 in grants to DuPage PADS and another $434,000 to organizations around DuPage addressing housing instability through the DuPage Community Transformation Immediate Impact Grants. That partnership also delivered more than $639,000 in local community grants to provide mental health services in our communities benefiting our children and families. In 2024, we will break ground on our Crisis Recovery Center, which will provide more services and help integrate our mental health programs throughout the county. This coming year, I am proposing an ambitious transformation of our HOPE Task Force. I am proposing we increase its funding from $200,000 to $250,000 and rename it the DuPage Council on Strengthening the System for Mental Health and Substance Use Care. This bold new initiative will integrate our vision for mental health diagnoses and treatment plans with our effort to reduce substance use disorder in DuPage County. Because these struggles are so often intertwined, it makes sense to embrace a new mission. I plan to work with community organizations and treatment providers, developing innovative grassroots projects and benefit individuals suffering from mental health crises and those fighting addiction. I look forward to leading this group myself with the assistance of our Health Department Executive Director, Adam Forker. Together, we will work with council members on this new effort focused on solutions. In the next year, investments like these will continue. As we conclude fiscal year 2023, we anticipate a general fund surplus of $13.7 million. My proposed spending plan makes use of these surplus dollars to fund important projects, alleviating pressures on the '24 budget. As we consider initiatives for the fiscal year 2024, I propose the following would come from budget surplus funds. $3 million for facilities management capital needs, moving this expenditure from the 2024 general fund budget. $2.5 million dedicated to affordable housing solutions, bringing DuPage County's total investment in affordable housing to $5 million, which does not include yearly investments under community services such as CDBG and other funded community projects. $2 million for our tort liability fund, that any outstanding legal or settlement costs are diverted from the general fund. I'd like to set aside $2 million toward the cost of replacing a 40-year-old heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system here at the 421 Administration Building. This timely investment will benefit our customers and employees for decades to come. As we saw during the pandemic, the newer HVAC system can make a real difference in the fight against airborne viruses and provide overall better air quality. I propose we earmark $800,000 for stormwater management to improve our infrastructure, increasing resiliency, and allowing us to protect people and property from the impacts of flooding. I'm allocating $500,000 to a project to design and build sidewalks, improving the Willowbrook Corners community. We will pursue grants and local transition dollars to complete this initiative, increasing safety and mobility for residents. I propose we contribute $500,000 to support the public-private partnership funding the new animal services shelter. As you recall, a private donor contributed $4.5 million to offset construction costs. Now, as costs rise again, I believe we should provide additional dollars to the project, ensuring it will be completed on time. And I propose we add $500,000 to our reserves, ensuring stable service delivery and protecting our county finances against any potential economic downturn or need for emergency spending. We can also offset future pressure on our general fund by earmarking dollars from the interest earned on the $179 million in federal ARPA funds, as we slowly spend down those dollars on capital and other projects. By 2026, we anticipate earning a total of $8.35 million in ARPA interest. To date, the county has earned $3.56 million in ARPA interest. We've expended $1.58 million, leaving a total of $6.77 million available. I propose further investment in the community, which will free up funds for the FY 2024 budget. My budget will utilize ARPA interest totaling $3.15 million to fund the small nonprofit grant program for the next 3 years, 2024, 2025, and 2026. We saw the many social service needs that could be addressed as the applications for this year's program arrived. I believe as we focus on these small nonprofits, we will continue to see compelling applications. My spending plan sets aside dollars to meet these needs. As we examine our FY 2024 spending plan, let's look first at the proposed headcount for next year. My budget meets our changing staffing needs, including several changes requested as we continue to implement the Safety Act. We've responded positively to requests for wage adjustments in the state's attorney and public defender's office to fill open headcount. We're adjusting and adding headcount requested by the 18th Judicial Circuit and in probation. With all the changes requested and made, I'm pleased to say it all adds up to a net increase of just 2 additional headcount planned for FY 2024. Of course, we know our most important investment is in our employees, and our employees put great value on the outstanding benefit and pension plans that are part of their employment package. We heard earlier this month from Marsh McLennan, the agency who acts as our benefit broker and provides competitive information and data on our employee benefit plans. Those plans include employee medical, prescription, dental, vision, and life insurance coverage, including our opt-out bonuses and surcharges. In FY 2024, if everything stays exactly the same, our plan costs are expected to rise in the double digits, more than 14%. Since 2017, we have only adjusted employee contributions to their benefit plans once in 2020. I reviewed the costs and benefit plans themselves, recognizing the need to do everything we can to minimize any increases. We also want to stay as close as possible to maintaining our 80-20 split with employees for the plan costs. Our negotiations have significantly reduced the impact on employees to an overall benefit cost increase of 3.5%. There will be some adjustments to plan rates, but the quality and choice in our benefits plan will remain at the same high level our employees deserve. Knowing that we will ask just a bit more of our staff to offset the increasing costs of benefits, I am proposing a 3% cost of living adjustment for employees to be paid in December of 2023 when the new fiscal year begins. As I told you earlier, we will run to the hard stuff in the next year, and we will. I've provided investments that will maintain our safe communities, strengthen our social service safety net, and maintain healthy fund balances. We are planning conservative spending levels, and we are focused on meeting our financial responsibilities on time or early to minimize debt. It's my pleasure to present a balanced, fiscally responsible spending plan for your consideration. This proposal delivers critical help to residents who need it while making necessary infrastructure investment now to take the pressure off future budgets. Careful planning at this time will set us up for success, not this year, but in 2025 and beyond. I propose a total budget of $601.7 million with a general fund totaling $241.7 million. I propose a tax levy of $70.5 million, seeking only to include new construction growth, as we have done in past years, to equalize the burden on all of us. My 2024 budget proposal assumes we keep the DuPage County property tax flat at just 2% of the average homeowner's property tax bill. We anticipate strong revenue performance next year, which will help us to meet our obligations. Our budget surplus, ARPA, and ARPA interest funds will help us make strategic investments in our communities. DuPage County's government general fund balance remains healthy. Our IMRF pension obligations are fully funded for FY 2024, and we have planned for adequate contingency levels should there be an urgent need we must meet to maintain the health or safety of our residents. This budget proposal is now yours to debate and consider. Once again, I thank our staff, our department heads, and our elected officials for their hard work and teamwork. Our county's track record of outstanding service delivery is second to none. Together, we will lead our region and our state, setting and meeting high expectations. Most importantly, we will ensure that DuPage County continues to be a great place to live, work, and raise a family, not for some, but for all. Thank you.